right. Well, good morning. How you doing today?
I'm good. How are y'all?
We are good. We actually had our first birthday party last night because our station launched a year ago during CMA Fest. So it was fun. But
That's awesome. Congrats.
thank you. And congrats to you. You've got a lot going on. And I got to say, you're like the coolest person ever. I was researching you. I'm like, what have you not done? I mean, TV, music, movies. It's crazy. So I just want to kind of go back a little bit because, next week you're going to be performing at the Ryman for the Randy Travis tour. So let's just take it back to the beginning, kind of how you got here.
Well, that's how much time do you have?
Yeah, it's an open-ended question. So I guess, you originally, I saw you were an aspiring meteorologist turned pandemic, and then you became a YouTube sensation. You went on to Ellen. You've been on The Voice. And then, you had a record deal. You had your solo projects. And then, if I'm understanding correctly, your producer connected you with Randy. You guys were in that movie together. And then now you're on tour with Randy.
Yeah, so that's a good summation of everything. But yeah, basically, I was in school for meteorology, and that's whenever I joined a band and started really focusing on music. And so I quit school to focus on my music, and I got a job as a paramedic because that's my dad's occupation as well. So that was kind of a natural thing. And then basically, I moved to Nashville shortly after I was putting videos on YouTube, and moved to Nashville after I appeared on Ellen. Ellen was the first time I was ever, my first big exposure, I guess. And so I started working with Kyle Lenning at that time, who produced all of Randy's stuff. And so that's kind of how we made our first connections through him. Yeah.
That is very cool. Now, at what age did you start, writing music, and when did you decide this is the career that I'm going to chase, aside from, the paramedic?
Yeah. So I was always interested in music as early as I can remember. But I was very shy, and the idea of performing on stage just was like out of the question. So I never really even entertained the idea that, one day I was going to be a performer, but I was also very passionate and interested in the weather, especially hurricanes. And so that's kind of why I decided to go that route at first.
Who would you say were your musical influences?
Well, I was always interested in vocals. So obviously, guys like Randy Travis, guys like Vince Gill, really strong vocalists were really the ones that I guess influenced me and my sound.
And now you're singing with one of the people who influenced you. What a full circle moment.
Yeah, it's just unbelievable.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful for the opportunities that I've had.
So you're making history, using AI for good and the release of Randy's new album. Can you touch on a little bit of that project, like how that worked? Because you sang on the tracks, correct?
Yeah. So in 2011, whenever I was working with Kyle Lenning, we recorded this song, and it just never was released. And it was one of those songs that always stuck with me because it's just such a beautiful song. And, I kind of just thought it was going to be forgotten about. And I never expected it to come out the way it did. But 2 months ago, I was told to go to Nashville for a meeting about the More Life tour that we're doing now. And it was actually to sit me down and show me this song and basically Kyle explained to me, we built an AI model using a whole bunch of tracks of Randy's vocals throughout his career. And we used your vocal from this song to create this Randy Travis vocal. And they wanted to know, they wanted to see my real reaction, my true reaction, by surprising me with it. And then they wanted to ask me if I would help them on this project moving forward. And it was really a whirlwind, and just really fascinating, really.
Fascinating. I mean, it's literally making history because nothing like this has ever been done before. So that is very, very cool. Congrats to you on being a part of that. So, and then what can we expect to see at this show next week? Because we're hearing all 16, 17, I don't even know how many he has. All the hits I heard are going to be on the set list next week for Randy Travis.
Absolutely. So it's going to be a Randy Travis concert. Randy's going to be there. He's going to be doing a meet and greet, I believe. He'll be on the stage for the whole show. Him and his wife, Mary, is going to be on stage enjoying the performance. It'll be his original band on stage, and I will be doing the singing. But it's going to be it's just going to be a great time enjoying and celebrating Randy and his music.
Very cool. Now, is this your first time playing the Ryman? Because I know that you played the Grand Ole Opry last year.
Yes, I did. I made my opera debut last September, which was amazing.
Congrats.
Incredible night. Thank you. But we actually, when we first started touring together with the Music of Randy Travis tour in 2019, the Ryman was one of our first stops. So this is our second time playing the Ryman, but it's been almost 5 years.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's a long time. So speaking of 5, aren't you a father of 5? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I am. My oldest, I have four boys, and then I have a 4-year-old girl. So my oldest boy just graduated high school, and my little girl is about to start kindergarten.
Oh, wow. So you thought you were done, but not quite.
Starting all over.
Do they think Dad is just the coolest person ever?
I think so. At least I like to think so.
Yeah. Is there any chance that they'll follow in your footsteps, get the music bug?
Yeah. The boys, they dabble in guitar and piano, but it's just hard to tell because they have so many other interests. And but Relly, the 4-year-old, she is all into the music right now, so it's really fun.
Oh, love that. So, going back to the music, are you a songwriter as well?
Yes, I am. I wrote I think all but one song on my last album, if I remember right. I have 2 albums out. Most of the songs on there are written or co-written by me.
It's so great. Are you a lyric guy, a melody guy?
I'm probably more of a lyric guy. It's I sometimes I tend to focus a little too hard on the lyrics, and I try to outright myself for some reason. So it's just interesting. But yeah, I tend to be more on the lyric side.
I loved your song "Stoned to Death." It's very pretty. So.
Oh, thank you. That's one that I wish I had written, but I did not.
Oh, well, you sound amazing on it. So
thank you.
So what's next for you up ahead this year? I know we have this Randy tour, but are you working on any new music?
Yeah. So I've been writing a little bit and hoping to get back in the studio sometime this year when time will allow.
Yeah, you're pretty busy right now.
Yes. It's been good. It's been fun.
So with you doing so much, like I touched on in the beginning, I mean, you've done movies, you've done TV, you've now going to be playing the Ryman and the Opry. So is there something that you haven't done that's like a bucket list item career-wise for you that you say, I want to do this?
Yeah, I would like to go on a tour, like for my own tour someday soon. I've done little mini tours, but I'd like to do a full tour. You know what I mean? I think that would be a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Well, I think you're going to get some great exposure next week. For those of people who are listening that don't know who James Dupre is yet, you're definitely going to, and we're super excited to see you perform. So just congrats on everything that you've got going on.
Thank you so much. It's been really great, and thank y'all for having me.
Awesome, James. Well, thank you so much for talking with me today. Is there anything that we didn't touch on that you want our listeners to know?
If you guys just want to go to jamesdupre.com, check out my tour dates and music and social media, and you'll find all the dates that we'll be doing with Randy on the More Life tour.
Yeah, and it's just at James Dupre?
Yes.
Awesome. Do you live here in Nashville, actually?
I did live in Nashville for a while, but I am now in Louisiana.
Okay. I'm from Mississippi, so I'm a Southern girl. I get it.
Oh, cool.
I was just going to say, the city's going to be absolutely crazy next week, so I'm sure this is not your first CMA Fest, is it?
No. I lived there for 10 years, so I've been around the CMA Fest a few times, and I know it's a circus.
Yeah, not your first rodeo. Well, thank you again, James. Like I said, I think you're just literally one of the coolest people ever, and I just can't wait to see all that you continue to achieve in your career. And thanks for hanging out with us at Y'all 106.7.
Absolutely. Thank you.